Hi, my name is Lisa Hogben and I am a photojournalist. In today's world, just about everyone carries a smartphone that now have some pretty good cameras included in them. Smartphones have enabled just about everyone on the planet to consider themselves as a photographer. iPhone photography has become so popular there is now a whole social networking phenomenon known as Instagram, which is specifically designed for smartphone photographers. I love my iPhone, and today I'm going to give you a few basic tips on what are the best ways to take photos with it. Two of the most important factors with any camera, be it an iPhone or a DSLR, are the sensitivity of the sensor and the capacity of the camera to record the information. The new range of smartphones have improved cameras in their phones, and it has now made iPhone photography a viable way of shooting, even for magazines. In fact, that legendary news magazine, Time, employed a number of photojournalists carrying iPhones to cover the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy, using this medium alone. It ran a front cover image using an iPhone photograph by Ben Lowy for the first time in November 2012. While the most recent iPhone 5S camera specifications are very impressive, with Apple improving the sensor from its last models and adding a slow motion component to its video capture, essentially the camera is still a point-and-shoot device, which makes it a great tool for recording the little moments in life, as well as the big events. So how can you get the best out of your smartphone and join in what is no doubt one of the greatest innovations in social networking, Instagram? It's easy. On the iPhone 5S, there are a few limited controls that can be utilised to specify focus and exposure. A touchscreen allows you to select a portion of the screen and focus, ensuring that from that point the image will be sharp. This will also set the exposure for the entire image. In backlit situations, you can select the exposure by touching the screen in the area of the image that you think is most important. The iPhone 5S also has two other functions which are useful in creating correct exposure: HDR, or High Dynamic Range Imaging, and Flash. HDR combines the highlights and shadow detail of an image so that you can get the best range of tonal values. The iPhone 5S Flash is really not very useful unless the object you are trying to photograph is small and you are very close to it. It will fire automatically in low light situations, but often the image will be better without employing flash. It is up to the iPhoneographer whether to turn it off or not. There are 5 modes that you can use the iPhone camera in, depending on what you want to do. There is a full frame function called Photo, which nearly replicates a DSLR frame but is slightly larger width-wise. Its ratio is suited to an 8x10 print. There is a square aspect, which is the ratio used by Instagram, which replicates the old square format cameras of years gone by. Plus, there is a pano setting in which you simply follow the direction of the arrow to get a really seamless panoramic image, which could quite easily be printed up to 20 centimetres wide. The 2 video settings are at HDV ratio and are broadcast quality. The slow-mo setting is an extraordinary 50 frames per second, but it can easily be changed back to normal speed. The next great thing about smartphones is the range of apps that can be used to create everything, from moody black and white images to blurry atmospheric images to star trails. These are available through iTunes or the App Store, and there are at least several hundred that deal with different facets of smartphone photography. Starting with a really well-composed photo can really help, and the endless variety of apps can really stimulate your creativity. Organising a workflow with a smartphone is as important with iPhoneography as it is with DSLR photography. And there are many ways of downloading your photos. I believe the best way to download your photos is manually, as there is less chance of accidentally deleting files or duplicating images. Of course, the place to see some really great photography that is currently being produced on smartphones is Instagram. It's a simple 5-second sign up after you download the app. I myself have my own feed at Lisa Hogben, and I'm also part of a collective of smartphone photojournalists and artists called Prism Photographers. It's a very exciting medium where a whole range of people from across the world can access your photographs. Of course, to get the very best from your iPhone means that you will be best served by having an understanding of the fundamentals of photography. Taking my photography course on Learning Fever is a great way of getting familiar with as much of the basic information you will need to improve your photographs and share them with the world. So what are you waiting for? Grab your iPhone and get into the exciting world of iPhoneography.